What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Semi-final time in the Champions Cup, and we do actually have, I believe, a repeat of the World Cup semi-final from 2015 with New Zealand taking on South Africa. Have made one change to the side today. Jimmy Neesham has dropped out with Corey Anderson coming back from injury, and Neesham hasn't been in the greatest form in this tournament, both with bat and ball. So Corey comes in at number 6, and hopefully he can provide us with some middle order hitting power and a few handy overs up the sleeve in the middle section of the game. But this is a very strong South Africa side we are coming up against. Obviously, De Villiers coming in next, and that is the absolute clanger of the catch we need to get rid of Hashim Amla. You little beauty, Martin Guptill. What a tournament he is having so far. Obviously hit that 200 in the last game, and he has pulled off an absolute clanger of a catch in the slips there. I'm going to carry on with Ben Wheeler, just because he has been quite good so far, since he has come in and replaced Trent Bolt. So we're going to stick with him, bring in Matt Henry, who again, he also has had a good tournament. There's a lot of players who have had a good tournament. Mitchell Santner's been a little bit of a disappointment to me, but in saying that, the pitches we have been playing on haven't really been too susceptible to spin. However, that has changed a little bit today. I think we do actually have quite a big turner. South Africa have gone with 2 spinners. 3, I guess, if you count JP Duminy. So there are plenty, and that's just what we need. De Villiers gone. Ben Wheeler gets his second. So it'll be interesting to see what does happen, obviously, against the spin. And it'll be interesting to see what Mitchell Santner can do. As I said, he hasn't had the greatest of tournaments to date so far, so hopefully today can be a bit of a game changer, and he can be very good in those middle overs. I do still have Colin Munro as well, who will bowl his medium pace, a few cutters thrown in there as well, so it'll be interesting to see what does happen with him. But apart from that, I'll be happy with the start that we have gone and got off to, and that is going to be even better, getting rid of Duplessis as Matt Henry picks up his first wicket. We do now have two left-handers in, so already going to bring off Santner, obviously with his left arm spin, turning the ball away from the right-handers, moving it into the left-handers, which isn't ideal for this situation. So Munro and Anderson will be doing a fair bit of bowling until we can manage to break this partnership, which hopefully we can do sooner rather than later. Quinton de Kock is moving along nicely. I believe with that 6, he has actually gone and picked himself up 50 as well. So the Munro experiment to date so far is working quite well. He hasn't picked us up a wicket, but he has been economical, which is exactly what we want. We do want some wickets, and hopefully Corey Anderson can be that guy who can come in. Corey Anderson is one of those guys who is very hit and miss when it comes to, well, just any form, really. You know, he can either be really good, absolutely smash some runs with the bat, takes heaps of wickets, or he can get smashed with the ball and make single figures. So hopefully he can contribute. He's back in the side today, remember, for Jimmy Neesham, and it hasn't started off very well for him. Munro's just heading away. He has bowled probably quite a few more overs than I would expect, but with this partnership developing, and please, I was going to say get a catch. I just want somebody. Well, actually, it doesn't help because David Miller is actually a left-hander as well, and I'm not sure about Pretorius. So we're going to bring in some spin, only because Santner has just bowled the 1 over so far. So a bit harsh on him to only bowl that and not really give him a chance, I guess, to prove himself on this pitch. The first pitch that has been susceptible to spin in this tournament to date so far. So hopefully he can manage to try and sneak one through. He has found, well, he played a miss and an edge in that last over. So he's doing something, and hopefully he can manage to do enough. Man, oh man, we have had some chances not go our way in this game. And I'm hoping it's the same when we do happen to have a bat as well. Because that's what happened with, obviously with Guptill in the last game. He took his chances. Magical innings that he did play. If you haven't seen that video yet, definitely go and check it out. Magical 200 that he does manage to go and score. Going to bring back Southey. Going to bring back the quicks. Southey has 4... 2-2, actually no, we'll bring it back. No, we'll carry on. What am I doing? No, actually bring back Southey now. Need a strike bowler. We need our strike guy to stand up. Another edge. So Duminy is living very dangerously here at the moment. He is finally gone, so Southey gets the breakthrough. As I said, another left-hander coming into the crease with David Miller. Santner, we probably just need another couple of overs out of him, just so we can get through Henry and Ben Wheeler with all their overs. I think both of them have bowled 8, so they're going to be bowling the last 4. And please, thank God, Quinton de Kock, just as he was starting to look good as well. We have managed to go and nab him. Pretorius in now, and he has, he's played a pretty average innings, to be fair. I was trying to think of a superlative or an adjective that I could use, but pretty average is the first thing that came to mind. And Santner is actually, I'm happy with how he's played in this game here. He has been very good. He's been finding those edges, and that is exactly what we want to see. So Southey still in, and I think this could possibly be Sant's last over. It is. So I think with that, it does mean that one of them is not going to bowl their full complement. But that's all right. That's not the worst thing in the world. Southey is the elder statesman in this side, I guess you would say. And he is, well, he does have 3 wickets, so you can't really complain a whole lot about that. I'm going to go to Ben Wheeler over Matt Henry. Wheeler's probably one of those guys that I probably would have preferred to use just in the opening and middle overs of the game, because he's one of those guys, I guess, when it comes to the death, he isn't that great. So he's been given a chance here today, though. He has gone and picked himself up Miller, so that's good. That's going to definitely keep South Africa, you'd have to say, under 250, and possibly with a chance to pick up another few wickets. So 245 is what the South Africans finish on. Ben Wheeler, 3 for 41, Southey, 3 for 42, and Quinton de Kock, 102. He had a very good partnership with JP Duminy in the middle there. And New Zealand need 5 and over, and that is not the start that we wanted, as we see Tommy Latham, who has really struggled on this tour. Not so much with the gloves, but he has really struggled with the bat. He has gone and made himself another low score. Just the 1 run here today. And it is hard, because I do have a backup wicketkeeper in the side. However, heading into the final, he hasn't even made, it's Glenn Phillips, he hasn't even made his one-day debut. I don't think he's played any international cricket. To bring him in for a final, that would be a bit rough on a young guy, and have all that expectation, obviously, on his shoulders to try and do well in a final, and obviously such a big game as well. If we do manage to make it through, that is. So we need to obviously pick up the win first, and then move on from there and try... Well, get the win first and then move on to the final. That is exactly what we need to do. So hopefully these two can go and get the job done. Guptill, I want to say, has slowed down a little bit. He's still striking at just under 140. But compared to what we have seen as of late, he has slowed down. So, but that's not the end of the world. He's hanging in, and he's playing a good innings as well. No risky shots. He's been in control of all of them. And I think this is where it is going to get interesting. Now that the spin has come on, we do know Guptill, not the greatest of player against spin, prefers the pace coming onto the ball. So it'll be very interesting to see, because he does have, if he bats through, he does have 20 probably plus overs to bat against Maharaj, Imran Tahir, and obviously JP Duminy if they do chuck the ball to him for his part-time off-spin. So... will be very interesting to see what does happen. We have, however, got off to a very good start, and we aren't letting him dictate play, which is exactly what we want to see. Williamson he's just trucking along nicely as well. Probably could lift that strike rate up just a tad, but we want to keep this partnership going. Obviously, the theory that we have, and I guess it is, our top 3, obviously, Latham and Williamson are the guys that are going to nudge the ball around. Guptill is the hitter, which is what we've seen in the last couple of games. Ross Taylor's a hitter. Henry Nicholls is Henry Nicholls is probably in between. He can do a bit of both. And then after that, obviously, Anderson, Munro, Santner, even Matt Henry, Tim Southey, and Ben Wheeler to a certain extent. So we bat deep today, bat down number 11. Those guys are all hitters. So it is, I guess with that in mind, we do want to go and try and play through a nice partnership here, and just keep these guys trucking along, which is exactly what they're doing. We do only need 4 runs and over, so that all that is a boundary. You pick up a boundary and we pick up another couple of singles, and there goes Guptill. So there is a partnership breaker. Pretorius gets it. 92 off 74, so no back-to-back hundreds for Guptill, but he has got his team in a very good position competition. We do have probably two of the best players of spin in the New Zealand side in the middle at the moment in Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson, so that is not the worst thing in the world. And excuse me, two very experienced players as well. So just need to, as I said, keep doing what we're doing. Keep that run rate at 4 and over, which is what is being done. I might put it up just a touch, because we don't want to get into that situation where the run rate starts to climb and we put pressure on those guys who are hitting. You know, we want them to come in, be able to play freely, potentially have, you know, an over or so to play, or an over, a couple of overs to play themselves in, see what the ball's doing, and then launch from there. So fingers crossed we can go and do that. As I said, we do still only need 4.5 and over, so all it is basically a couple of singles, and then we pick up a boundary as well. But this here is starting to get close, and I wish Grant Elliott was playing this game, because it may come down to needing him to hit us a big 6 in the last over. But we do have some good 6-hitters obviously left to come, and what would be even better is if these two go and get the job done themselves. You know, that would be perfect, not to need the hitters. Williamson obviously moving very close towards his 100 as well. It has come at a very slow rate for Kane, 91 off 153. More of a test innings from him, but that is a good over there. That's an expensive over, and that is exactly what we needed at this stage. We need boundaries, and we need them early in the over, and that is what is happening here, as Ross Taylor has just gone and hit back-to-back boundaries of Maharaj as well. I did say that the spinners were going to be important today for South Africa. That has not seemed to be the case. They just haven't been able to keep these Kiwi batsmen under control. And Ross Taylor has come in, started off slow, and has just absolutely exploded. So Kane Williamson misses out on his 100 by just 1 run, but he won't care about that because his team is into the Champions Trophy final. Ross Taylor 46 off 47, so just under a run a ball, and Martin Guptill getting that man of the match for that crucial start that he did go and get the Kiwis off to. So we are going to be taking on either the winner of England and Pakistan, so we either have the hosts or eventual finalists of the actual Champions Trophy. So it will be very interesting to see who we do come up against in the next game. But anyway guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Until tomorrow, ka kite noa. See you soon.